Ay, yeah. Yo, yo, we in here? Cause I don't hear myself again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another installment, another episode of the Gold Blade Purple Haze podcast, baby. We are back. It's always such a pleasure to have you here. Such a pleasure to just drop in and just talk your ear off. But today we're doing something a little bit different. Today, after some time, we're a little bit more organized. And I'm gonna try my hardest not to pull up and take up all your time for the sake of taking up, like, not that I ever do, but I realize, I get to talking, I get to ranting, and I go on them tangents. I like my tangents. I like to just, what I'm saying, hit it on the side and then just keep rolling with it, because that's how I get down, right? But anyway, all right, so I got my little itinerary, my little agenda here of topics, if you will, and things that we're going to cover. I got some things that I want to say. I got some things that I want to talk about, and I hope y'all ready for the ride. I'm going to outline them here for you, so if you want to skip ahead or go back to another one, recall, totally up to you. So today, we getting into it. It's Will, it's Jada, it's Chris, it's the community, okay? It's the culture. It's not for the culture, but we talking about it. We're going to go ahead and get it out the way today. I'm not letting no more time pass before we get this taken care of, okay? Because I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of talking about it. Everybody's got an opinion, right? Just like anything else. They like ain't I. Not ain't I is or ain't I ain't. Like anuses. Apparently everybody got one, that type of deal. I don't know, dry delivery. Okay, all right, I'm going to work on that one. Bad joke, speaking of bad joke, if you've been living under a rock, basically Chris Rock made a light joke about Jada Pinkett Smith at, I believe, the Oscars. Will Smith proceeds to get up, walk up toward him, and smack the, quote, ish nits, expletive, out of him, end quote. And that was paraphrased a bit, but Chris Rock basically reacted like Will Smith just smacked the ish out of me. So I'll tell you what, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Let's do it. It's the Gold Blade Purple Haze podcast. It'll be known as the slap heard around the world. Very simply, is headlining stuff. You got Will Smith, who is one of the biggest black male actors in the world ever. One of the biggest. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care what era. He is one of the biggest visual stars that we've had. Television, media, hip hop transition. I don't care. I don't care where you put it. You know who Will Smith is. His wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, of course. And I keep throwing Pinkett in there. And I didn't even plan to just say Jada Pinkett Smith, but it's like Jada. You know who Jada is. You knew who Jada was before she hooked up with Will. And Chris Rock. You know who Chris Rock is. All of these people that are involved are people of grand esteem. These are people that we look up to. They're celebrities. They're celeries. They're not celeries. They're celebrities, right? But it's like, it's like, man, these are people that we're so familiar with, and we have such expectations for them that we would never expect them to be in situations that we ourselves don't often get in, but we either know people that do, or sometimes we're in environments where those outlier incidents happen. And by outlier, I mean these are not regular happening things. It's like way out there. I mean, Kanye saying what he said about George Bush on TV, that was an outlier situation. Commuting to work every day, that's not an outlier type of trip. It's something that you regularly do. So anyway, I have a few things without wasting any more time that I want to say. The first thing I want to say is Will was wrong. Will was wrong. I want to say that Chris's joke wasn't deserving of the reaction. I want to say that Jada made a statement about herself not being a woman that needs protection. She doesn't need protecting. I saw that headline today. I want to say that Will is a walking meme. That is what it is. And I thought it was staged. So now that all of that is out the way, we can get so much of the reiterations, the things that we either all know or we have heard. So let's go ahead and do that. A few facts, a few random things that I pulled up, and I was like trying to look at this as objectively as I can, right? The characteristics of the man we know as Will don't align with the impulsive action that he took. I want to also note that Will released a self-titled book. I guess it's a bit of an autobiography last year, and I bought it like soon as I could. Basically, I think back in Philly, he had some shop that he was selling it through. It's not like he started the shop or anything. It was very simply he went live, and it was in Philadelphia, so obviously there's that. But they were promoting it, so I was like, oh shoot, yeah, and y'all throwing a discount in there? Let's do this. Let me get it. This was before I realized he had an actual audiobook for it. Now, if I'd have known that, I would love to have rather just gotten that one and hear Will talk about his life himself, because nobody's going to deliver it like him. When I talked about the expectations that we have for people and the characteristics of these people that we look at that are on public display, these are things that we are affected by. We internalize our interpretations, and then it just kind of sits with us, and it molds our views of everything we see about and around these people. So, for example, Will, I feel like, and of course all of this is going to be opinionated, but I feel like Will has portrayed the strong, chivalrous type of male figure and husband in their household for years. I mean, I remember being like a kid before they were like married and together. And it's crazy to like even think, like, I remember life before that. Well, many of us remember life before Google, interestingly enough. But that's a whole nother thing within itself. I'm not even gonna do that, because I swear, bro, we like 12, 15 years out from being a whole nother generation that remembers life before Google, and it's going to be the same connotation that Gen Z has toward, quote, boomers today. And I ain't ready, man, because, bro, I am not ready. I'm not ready. Anyway, let me get back to my thing. I told y'all I was going to try not to digress too much, but I got to. Jada has not corrected those chivalrous actions and things like that in public during those impulsive moments. I felt like I say Will is a walking meme because not just because of the August Alsina incident that happened a couple of years ago now, where Will was a public spectacle because of Jada's affair with this younger man, and there's always going to be that feeling that I think can only be provided when you're a partner or someone that you are significantly romantically tied to and emotionally tied to. seeks and or receives affection from somebody that is much younger, because especially if you spent years with them, like there's no way that you can't help but think about the time that has passed. If you met when you were young, then you all had experiences together at a certain age where you could do certain things that you don't do as much anymore. Not to say that you can't, but you just don't. To have that and know that they are able to experience something that you weren't able to give them in that moment can be very, very heartbreaking, I'm sure. So Will talked about that, I think, and I'm sure that they're going to discuss this quite a bit more. Not the August Alsina thing necessarily, but that's probably going to come up. A lot of people are having their reactions with this as far as like, well, for Will to go up there and slap Chris Rock, I almost said Chris Brown. Lord, that would not have gone good. That wouldn't have gone good. For him to go up there and smack around Chris Rock the way he did, my first thought was that it was staged, because I'm like, come on, man. Chris Rock really just like, I ain't gonna say he ate that, but he didn't go down and nothing else happened. Like, I was waiting on, the lights to, flicker, and then you see some ambulance or, some kind of gag happen. Like, somebody comes up and then they jump Will or push Chris out the way, or somebody else comes in and it's like a fake brawl, but it's all a joke. And the more that I watched it, the more that, forget all the reactions, like the more that I saw it, and then the more that I saw later what Chris reacted to, I think when Will received his award, I was like, man, like this sucks. Like, I don't care if it was real or not, it just sucks. Because Chris made a G.I. Jane joke about Jada. Very simply, she does not have long hair. She has like a shaven head at this point. It visually, it looks like she has just a shaven head. And apparently that's due to her alopecia. And I was like, well, Chris should have known that. This is public knowledge. Like, why would you go at somebody that has, an autoimmune disease and all this other stuff? Like, she's not responsible for her look like that. And, I guess in a way I was kind of like, Chris should have done his homework. But the only reason why that's coming up is because of the reaction, right? I mean, we say things to hurt people's feelings all the time, whether we mean to or not. And the fact of the matter is, often when we do say these things, it's not coming from a place where we want to hurt them. So I really felt sorry for Chris, especially since like one of the first things that I saw him in was, I was on a bus, like a charter bus, and we were, I think it was either a taekwondo tournament or I was on the road with some friends in like a extracurricular group where it was real vibey. It was called Say It Loud, and it was like poetry slam every day type of deal whenever we link up. And we ended up watching a movie called I'm Gonna Get You Suckers. And it's an old Wayne's film, but at the same time, it was like Chris was in there. And Chris played a crackhead, if I remember right. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the movie. But that was the first thing that I saw him in where he was basically the front end and the back end of a joke himself. And he didn't look like what I'd consider to be himself. It was one of his first real roles, I think, that got him seen, that got him exposure, and whatever else. But there's a thing about him playing a crackhead that if this is your thing that gets you into the industry, people are going to expect that. And I feel like he was physically abused during that or something like that. But it just made me think back to that moment. I'm like, so Chris Rock, I remember when he ended up having his family fall apart years ago. And he took years away from comedy. and I thought Chris Rock was hilarious for years. Um, I mean, pre Kings of Comedy, as far as timing is concerned. But basically, I had a lot of respect for him, and I was like, to see him get smacked around on national TV for doing what he's supposed to do. I'm like, this is a comedian, and comedy is about looking at things from a lens in which we can find a bit of humor. If you can't take a joke, don't sit on the first row. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But beyond that, where are the bounds? Where are the boundaries for this? Like, for free speech, to be able to say anything. And I've said for some time, like, we're moving to a point in society where everything is so sensitive and everything is so politically correct in a way where everything that we say, and I'm guilty myself, like, my last job, y'all, like, I was like, I'm trying to be as professional as possible. I'm trying to look this way. I'm trying to sound this way. I'm trying to make sure that in my communications, my demeanor, everything about me, you are going to be impacted in a way in which you can trust me. You will know that I mean business. I'm serious about what I do, all this other stuff. And I took extra precautions just to make sure that that was real and that was, what was flowing in the reality that was work. It often extended outside of that, in that I wouldn't even cover a lot of topics. I wouldn't talk about stuff on the pod just in case it got back to work. So that's a whole nother thing within itself. But all I was trying to get at was, like, it rubbed me wrong when I saw Chris experience that, and then you saw his reaction. You saw there was no help, like there was no play me off Johnny music to jump in and we're gonna go to a commercial break, or nothing like that. And then all the stories start coming out, all of the background. It's like, man, so this is real. I was like, I guess it's not staged. But that did take days, a week. It took a lot of talking about it, but that brought me to the whole next phase. That next phase is simply escaping me. What is it? What is the next phase? Dang, I forgot where I was, but it's all good. Um, the whole thing beyond that is like, is anybody at fault? I wondered if anybody was at fault, because we're in a society where, like I said, people are sensitive. You have to be careful about what you say, but comedy is the space where, up to this point, it should have been a safe space enough for jokes. It's a light joke. And forget about the whole business side of, oh, well, they might have casted her before, but they'll never cast her now. That doesn't matter, that type of deal. Because now there's going to be a conversation about it. If there wasn't a conversation before, there is now. So people can decide where they want to be on it. But it doesn't matter. Like, when I watch that and I think about it now, it's like, everything that, quote, they thought that we are and will be is on display for everybody to just check a box and say, yep, I knew it. Period. No dot dot dot, just period. And that hurt, in the fact that no matter what we do, sometimes we can't escape the fact that we have impulses and we act on them sometimes. I still think that They could have got those cameras. They should have. They've got what is it, the 3-second thing or so, to where they could have done more than just mute it like they did. And eventually, of course, the audio gets out. I mean, like, within 24 hours, the audio is out. I mean, like, within 30 minutes. Bro, full audio and editing the way people have these days, like, we saw the whole thing. There are so many jokes out there now about the whole incident, and it puts me back in that place where I'm like, why are we even talking about this? Why is this even important? These are people, period. These are also people that already have issues in their marriage, period. We shouldn't know these issues because that's their marriage. That has nothing to do with us. And that rubs me wrong in a way because I'm like, yeah, I know they're celebrities. Yeah, I know, like, they're on public display. Yeah, I know, like, they share intricate details and this and that. But J. Cole said something one day. What you eat don't make me blank, and who you blank don't make me blank. You know, that type of deal. Oh shoot, was that Cole? Or was that Kenny? That was Cole. I had to think. I had to think. They had the joint album. It had me freaking out for a sec. Hold up. Hey, the mind start going every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hold on. No, I know I heard him on it. Anyway. That ain't my business. I don't feel like I need to know about that. So I'm not saying, oh, y'all need to keep it to yourself and whatever. But what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, we are not living that life. So I can't say I don't have an opinion, because my opinions are going to be more substantial along the lines of, like, GP. You know, it's not like, well, if I was Will, I would have got up there and I'd have snatched a laugh off that joker. He wouldn't have been able to say nothing else till they cut the cameras, went to break, and anything. It would have been nothing but feedback until they got till I was ready. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I'd have just sat there and kept laughing, because there's all of this analysis over, oh, well, he was laughing and she was laughing too, and then all of a sudden it wasn't funny to her, so then he had to do something. We don't know their marriage, y'all. We really don't. And I hate it when it happened, because I already knew, like, this is going to be the thing that we are talking about until we're talking about something different. And so now we're dealing with this continuously. And like I said, I'm done. I'm done with this. I don't want to go over it. I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm really tired. I think I've said most of what I wanted to say about it, man. Relationships are important. Jada is Future. Okay, Jada is who Future, the Prince, was alleged to be in the first place. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna say it. I had to get that out there, okay? Because you know, I ain't saying old boy a saint. I'm just saying, golly, man, she out here, she raw with it, dog. She is super raw, okay? I ain't ready for no another red table talk. I ain't ready for them to get out there and she'd say whatever it was that people are saying, like, oh, well, Will had to have done something for her to do something with August, and then put all their business out there like that. Will had to do something. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for, oh, well, here's the story about how, you know what I'm saying, we got to this point. I'm not here for that. I'm just here for peace. Alright, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that mess, man. I don't like the drama. Say the drama for your mama. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. So, anyway, I'm running away from this junk, because I know I got some more to say, but I done dang near forgot. I done got caught up on something else. So, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably make another clip or two, and that's gonna be what pops back up, I guess. Not like right now, but like later. I'll post and give you a little something later if something else comes to me. If not, it's all good. I think we good here. Like, I said what I need to say for now. So let's move on to the next thing. We're gonna take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Man, that tea hit me. Welcome back. Welcome back. Y'all, I'm sorry. That tea done hit me. I love tea. I don't know about y'all, man, but I love drinking tea. So, like, I usually will get I think it's Celestial Seasonings, that type of deal. They make a lot of really good teas that are affordable. I think I'm going to probably I think that'll be cool. I'm going to probably start giving away some tea. I don't know how y'all feel about the giveaways so far, but I would love to be able to give y'all something outside of just the merch. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of y'all got merch on the way. We are working on that as continuously. It ain't just a set in stone thing as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather continue to innovate, but that's just where I'm at. So a lot of y'all have seen the hoodie. A lot of people have seen the hoodie. They like the hoodie. They think it's pretty cool. So again, we are offering those in a few colors. Blue was the first one just because I thought it looked really good. The background originally in my caricature, if you will, was blue. And by the time I was like, let's try it on a blue hoodie, I didn't want a different blue on the blue, so we ended up deleting it. And then we kept the head, the cap, the yellow backlighting. We kept the microphone, that type of deal. But we're going to continue to build from there. That's the first one. And we got more on the way. So I got a few other announcements for y'all. The first one being that the YouTube page is releasing on the 13th of this month. So 13th of April. For those of y'all that may catch it later, you'll catch the link. If you go to the Facebook page, you'll see the link. If not, I'm going to probably try to plug it into the description, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to come back and put it in this episode, or it'll probably end up being the next one. Because I still want to talk to y'all about my gig. Like, my gig went really, really good, man. I had a lot of fun with that. We're going to save that one for the next episode, because we're here to talk about Willard today. And I thought his name was William, you know, coming up until I realized it was Willard. He talked about it in the interview. Will is a serial slapper. That's the other doggone thing I want to say. That joker been slapping people for years. That ain't new. Like, I ain't even saying he been slapping folk out, bro, but he been slapping people. Like, this dude really out here like this. Like, come on, man. Don't fool with Will. This man he ain't, okay? He ain't no amateur, all right? You don't walk up on Will on the street, you know what I'm saying, and try to put your hands on him, all right? I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, again, we are visual now, so y'all can expect to see full episodes. You'll be able to see behind the scenes. You'll see bonus content. I'm going to have some extra stuff that I do and put together that I want you to be able to enjoy. And I think the Tranquility Thursday thing that we kicked off very early in the journey, I really like that idea. So I'm planning some content for that just so we can have something like chill. You know, even with all that we have going on, your Tranquility Thursday may be on a Monday afternoon. It might be on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. when you get off work and you go sit in the car before you head home and you just got to take a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be cool. So if y'all have any other feedback for anything you want to see, just let me know. But like I said, I am working on some of that stuff. So just stay tuned. I'm going to keep shooting you the links. But the YouTube page is releasing with content on the 13th of this month. That's next week. For those of y'all that might be catching it more immediately. Other than that, We've got two other things I want to cover today. The first one is the Reese's review of the key lime pie M&Ms. So we're going to cover that in a minute, and I got something else that I want to introduce. Something called the hard question of the day. So the hard question of the day is going to be something where I basically take a question that I wouldn't normally speak on, either for, trying to save face in some instances, or it just makes me a little uncomfortable. So I'd love for y'all to submit some of those to me so I can try to take them on. But somebody close to me, my bro, he shot me quite a few. So the first one we're going to get right back to after this next break. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. I got gas, like gas, not gas. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna take flight. I had some salsa, man, and like I threw some other stuff in there. I think I put like some spinach in there. I put, of course, like tomato, onion. I put some cumin in there and a little pepper. And I think it's that onion and that cumin mixing, cumin, whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, though. You put in your salsa just a little bit. I think that stuff is mixing, man, and with the spinach too. I don't know if I said spinach. I think I did, but anyway, it's that strong spinach, that full grown spinach, that stuff that, you know what I'm saying. It's gonna do you right, but between that and the tea, and I don't even know. I'm just, man, just belching and talking. I don't know. I don't know. But that sleepy time tea is kicking in. I'm feeling it. I am starting to feel it. So again, welcome, and thanks for hanging tight. We're about to get into Reese's reviews for the day. So this one is going to be for some of the key lime pie M&Ms. And Reese says, this candy is white chocolate with a coating on it. There definitely is a key lime flavor taste. For me, I wish it was more potent in flavor for the initial taste. At first taste, I picked up on the white chocolate, followed by key lime pie flavor. I'm struggling, I'm sorry. I feel adding more flavor would have balanced it out more, but I get the feeling the more you eat it, the less you will taste the white chocolate and the more you'll taste the pie flavor. It does have an aftertaste of key lime pie. I love key lime pie. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's not something I would buy again. I think if you really want that pie flavor, Kit Kat did a much better job at executing the flavor, mixed with the cookie wafers. If you're a fan of white chocolate, you probably will like these. For me personally, I wish they had incorporated actual key lime pie bits or crumbles into the M&M. That definitely would have brought it up a couple of notches. It's not horrible, but the Kit Kat is better. If you tried the M&Ms, did you like it? Is what she asked. So I'd love to post that one to the page, and I think I will with her permission first. But other than that, Reese is always there for the reviews. So Reese, thank you very much for checking out those key lime pie M&Ms. I did try the Kit Kats based on your recommendation, and Zach was in there too. So shout out to you, Zach. Appreciate you, bro, as always. And I got it, Zach. I'm gonna get you on this pod, man. I got to once I get mobile, like real mobile. So anyway, I do have an extra microphone now, just as a heads up, y'all. So we on the way. But Reese's reviews, another one down. Y'all let us know what y'all are interested in too, and I'll pass it along to her and let her do her thing, because Reese's always on top of those, and she really ends up finding a lot of good stuff for us, me and the gang too. Like, we all end up, using her expertise at some point, and it's not always a hit, but usually so. Just saying. All right, be right back. Man, sleepy time. So thanks again. Thanks again for joining up for the next segment, which is actually going to be about. Hold on just a second. I think I'm tripping over here. I was. But anyway, okay, the hard question of the day. So my first hard question of the day is going to be, why do women get mad when they choose the position they want to play, and get mad when, oh shoot, I think I just got to run this back. All right, welcome back. And now it's time for the hard question of the day. So my hard question of the day is, why do women get mad when they choose the position they want to play, and get mad when you treat them as that, like you said you wanted to be a quarterback, now throw me a pass. So more or less, like, if you say this is what you're trying to be in my life, for example, why would you switch up and then get mad, is what the question is practically asking. So part of the reason, what I'm saying, this makes me a little uncomfortable is because I'm in a happy relationship right now. My girl and I have been together for coming up on 3 years now, man. And in a way, I don't like looking back, because we all have been through things, you know what I'm saying? And even though I've overcome those things and gotten myself to what I consider much better position now than I've been before, we still end up developing experiences. We end up developing boundaries and things that we deal with and things that we won't and don't deal with, right? So to answer this question, I think I really need to kind of look at it like, if I'm asking a woman, why is she upset, for why she told me what she wanted and I gave it to her, and now she's not happy with it, it's going to put me in a place where I have to think, how invested am I in this? And then on top of that, like, where am I trying to go with this? That's just me, I guess, thinking. But what I would advise, I guess, and I am not here to be no kind of relationship expert or no kind of whatever. I just like things to make sense. That's all I'm saying. Even though in the past I've also said, as long as it makes sense to somebody, it's all good. But when you're in a relationship or you're dealing with somebody, if y'all even just talking, man, you gotta be able to communicate enough with somebody to where y'all can be on the same page, even if it ain't that deep. So even with shallow stuff too, like I say, bro, she probably I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say how I feel it, bro. First of all, she probably on some bullshit, man. I'm just saying that. I ain't even put no NSFW tags on this junk, but she probably on some bull, man. And realistically, she set you up to do something that she didn't want to ask you to do, but she wanted you to do. And sometimes we can miss the cues, like socially, romantically, whatever it may be. And sometimes when we're dealing with somebody, they will they will, dang, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's like they will lean in toward it to kind of clue us in, on the outcome that they want. And it's going to be up to us to either follow through and make it happen, or, we may not get it. And that's okay. And that could come from a place of just not being lined up, not being on the same page. Sometimes you got to calibrate. Like even when we're speaking languages, well, I was about to say different languages with different people, but let's say you got jargon, you got certain words you use. If you talk with somebody else that doesn't normally use them, you end up having to find other common ground. I was talking to somebody about that earlier. But basically, she gave you the alley and you didn't get to slam it in. But it was no fault of your own. I'm sure that you probably created an environment where she should have already known the track that the train was on. You know what I'm saying? So if she decided at some point, for whatever reason, that she wanted to do something different, then she could have just as easily communicated that as opposed to exiting. I'm sure, which it sounded like she just exited. You know what I mean? And I don't just mean taking your shot away. I mean just actually she was done. That's what I got from it. But man, sometimes it's like that, bro. We men and women communicate on different planes, man. Different wavelengths, my guy. So, you gotta learn to work with it, man. Seek solace later. But you gotta be able to, when it's time to punch in, when it's time to clock in on 4th and inches, my boy, you got to see it through. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say, man. So, but it depends. I mean, sometimes, we be out here and it's a lot of people on game and BS anyway, in everyday life, So I already know, I ain't gonna speak on your situation, but that's my takes on it. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that didn't want to communicate. They just wanted somebody else that was gonna drive them down a road that they said they didn't want to go down, or they wanted to pretend like they didn't. That reminds me, when I started off this recording, I was saying something like, you ain't shy. I know you ain't shy. Don't pretend to be shy. Okay? There's certain stuff that you know. Okay? And you might know that. And you may give that person the benefit of the doubt. You may try to create an environment, a situation where you're not going to do that. But at the end of the day, man, if there's one thing that I learned in all of my past dating and all of that, is that a woman will bring out certain aspects and certain things from a man that she's dealing with. And sometimes we may not realize that, but this one especially, if she was not bringing out the things of you that exemplify who you want to be and who you see yourself being in a happy place, bro, you ain't need her no way. So I wouldn't even worry about it. But that's just my thoughts on it. So anyway, I guess that's it. So that's my hard question of the day. I think I survived. We're gonna find out here in about 18 hours. You know what I'm saying? By the time folk that had time to listen and got the little alerts and everything, and maybe see if I'm blocked. I don't know. We'll find out. But in the meantime, that's all I got for y'all today, man. I'm just take off. I'm gonna leave on that note. I think I held y'all long enough. I told y'all I was gonna try not to be too long. I don't even know where we at because I ain't keeping up with the counter. but that's where we at, man. We good. So hopefully y'all good, man. It's been a good time, bro. Like the season's finally changing. Things are warming up. It's almost springtime. I'm ready for more of this sun. Like I'm ready for a little bit of change in the weather. And by change, I'm looking for some stability. Because this junk that we had the past 2 months down here has been ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. So, that's going to be what it is. But, yo, I'm done. Till later. Gold Blade Purple Haze podcast. We appreciate you all popping in today. We appreciate y'all listening in and watching and, of course, always supporting. Still appreciate all the love. Like, I get love from y'all all the time. Whenever we connect, we talk about this thing. We talk about anything. Like, it's always all love. It's always peaceful. So that's what I plan for it to be. And I'm just planning to continue to grow it and expand it from here. So y'all hang in, keep doing your thing, and definitely look forward to engaging with y'all just as much as we have before, if not more. I'm just trying to create more ways too. So we're working on it. Any other things you want to send me, keep me up to date with. A lot of y'all have my number. For those of you that don't, because we just may not be that close. Maybe y'all just want to shoot me a little ad or a little note or whatever. I do have an email address. It is therealpurplehaze@gmail.com. You can send me, I don't want no marketing type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't sign me up. Don't give my email to the folks that's going to say, hey, you give us an email address, we send them 4,000 emails and you get $1. I don't want that. Please don't do that. I don't need that. You don't need that. No, none of us need that. They don't need that. This ain't got nothing to do with them. We don't want that in there. This is us. This is our thing. Okay? Don't bring trash in here. We don't need this. We take trash out. You know what I'm saying? Keep it out. Anyway, I'm just talking. No, I know it's time to go. I'm just talking crazy now, man. So anyway, y'all, hope you enjoyed this episode. Definitely looking forward to giving you more. Gonna be bringing you a lot more, in a few different ways. I think y'all will enjoy it. Appreciate it. So we'll see. But that's enough. That's all that needs to be said. Gold Blade Purple Haze. It's Purple Haze. I'm out of here. Y'all be easy. Peace.